we give it to him? He's doing really well. Mo Yadawase.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you can do better for them. Susek Cultural Troupe. Thank you so much for that beautiful display. Good afternoon. Our distinguished guests, you're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, dreams are born from the death of our imaginations, fueled by passion, curiosity, and determination. They shape the world by inspiring innovation, driving progress, and transforming lives. As we chase our dreams, we create ripples of positive change, leaving a lasting impact on the world around us. Embracing our dreams, nurture them, and watch how they shape a brighter future for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a dream of a young, aspiring, and visionary woman that has brought us
Sisekwa. You can do better than that. You can do better. Thank you very much for joining this program today. So we will take a welcome address from the CEO. All right. Before we take a welcome address from the CEO, we will first take a short message from the headmaster. Asonoma, we are on someone's land, right? And so we have to pay respect to that. So without much ado, let's give a round of applause for Mr. Mark Williams Amwako, the Assistant Headmaster Academics, to give us a short message.
Thank you very much, MCs, for this program. Mr. Chairman, the CEO, distinguished invited guests, colleague teachers present, the press, and students. It's an honor given to me by my headmaster to represent him for for this August occasion. He would have loved to be here, but something equally important has taken him out of school. So the whole of today, he's not in school. So he has asked me to come and represent him at this August occasion. Now, so in the first place, we thank the Almighty God for traveling mercies. Those who have traveled from far and near to come to grace this occasion. We also thank the organizers and then the foundation for choosing our school out of the lot to come for this, to come and organize this program for our students. Yes, it is very important. I keep on asking myself question. At our free SHS, what next? There are some students in our schools who, but the free SHS wouldn't have even entered any secondary school. I take one student who completed this school from Kintampo area. When he came to confide in me that had it not been free SHS, he wouldn't have come to SHS. After JSS, the father gave him a piece of land to cultivate yam. So he wanted to give it a try, whether indeed there will be free SHS. When he came here, he enrolled here and was not just an ordinary student, but left here as the school boys prefect. To ask myself, after SHS, what next? Therefore, this foundation is, your intention is very timely. There are some students, a student completed here with 8 A's, came back to me in person that he cannot even continue. He cannot even buy forms to continue with his education. Thankfully, through help from other old students, the guy is now enrolled in another tertiary school, sorry. So, organizers, I once again thank you for coming here to share the good news you have for our students who will leave our school for further studies. On that note, and on good purpose, we welcome all of you to Sunyani Senior High, and we have at liberty to use all our facilities. Thank you very much, and may God bless us all.
Thank you very much, sir. We are so much grateful for welcoming us. So let's quickly take the purpose of gathering from the founder and the chief executive officer of the Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation. And so we are most honored to have Ms. Rosemond Ama Yeboah to give us the purpose of gathering. So let's honor her.
Of the Elevate Summit. It is a pleasure to welcome you all as the founder and executive director of the Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation. It fills me with my joy and gratitude to stand before you to celebrate and champion a cause that lies at the heart of our mission, leveraging opportunities for access to higher education, a summit of the future. As the founder of the Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation, I'm deeply committed to ensuring that every aspiring young mind, regardless of background or circumstance, has the chance to pursue their dreams through education. Our mission is driven by a steadfast belief in the transformative power of knowledge and the profound impact it can have on individuals, families, and entire communities. Today, as we prepare towards the United Nations Summit of the Future, the Sustainable Development Goals to be achieved by 2030, and the future ahead of the youth, we recognize the critical importance of expanding access to higher education. The Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation does not only support quality education through scholarships, mentorships, skill training, and access to opportunities, but also we commit to improving the lives of students during and after tertiary education through developmental programs which will not only prepare them for the job market, but also provide job opportunities for them. I believe it is not just about opening doors, it is about empowering individuals to unlock their full potentials, contributing meaningfully to society. A student we support through a fully funded university scholarship represents a ray of change, a ray of hope, a ray of inspiration, and a ray of passion. I say to our incoming and future scholars to activate their chip as a testament to their resilience and determination that defines our mission. My dear students, today is a memorable day. After this summit, I am confident you'll be making meaningful life decisions. I urge you all to take advantage of the knowledge, the experiences and opportunities available to you at the summit, which has traveled all the way to Sunyani and nowhere else. Ask the thought-provoking questions that will help you make life decisions today. And remember to keep in mind the Akan proverb that says, "Ofudia pa na yepiao." To it, he who climbs a good tree is given a push. Embrace wisdom like you are doing today and climb up that good tree in your academic journey. Again, there is this song that says, if you do good, you do for yourself. And if you do bad, continue for me. You do for yourself. We've all been students one way or the other, either through formal or informal education. And we often hear our parents say, bro, thinking that we study for them, but in reality, we study for ourselves. Let me echo this to us again. If you do good, you do for yourself. So in all things, try to cut the excuses. Be an inspiration and action for yourself, for your parents, for your family, your nation, your community, and the world at large. We can keep on talking for hours, but the decision lies in your hands. And I will urge all of you to make the best out of the positive opportunities available to you. My foundation stands on the precipice of greater possibilities where our collective efforts will pave the way for countless young minds to seize their opportunities and achieve their aspirations. As we embark on this journey, I affirm my commitment to excellence, to equity and inclusivity. Let us continue to innovate, to collaborate and advocate for policies that ensures quality education and a brighter future for all. Thank you for your support and presence today. Together, let us continue to leverage opportunities for access to higher education and empower the next generation of leaders, thinkers, and change makers. We are breaking barriers, we are unlocking potentials, and together we are becoming inspiration in action. Thank you once again, and don't forget to ask the thought-provoking questions. Thank you.
You can do better for our CEO, Watts Akote Brofo. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our distinguished guests and speakers. Without much let me humbly introduce all of them so that you don't say that man. Please, the vision was made possible because there was a seed. It's a singular honor to introduce to all of us the parents of our CEO, Miss Rosemond Ama Yeboah. Ladies first. So the mother is Mrs. Christina Nyakon. Mommy, give us a wave. Okay. Okay, thank you for bringing us our CEO. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall clap for all of them once I finish with the names. Thank you so much. The father is Mr. Martin Yeboah. Daddy, give us a wave. You're humbly, duly welcome. We are here on the, before I do this one, the sister as well is also here. Mrs. Leticia Ansua Yeboah. Please, if you are here, you can give us a wave. Okay. Okay. We are here on Sunyani Senior High School soil. And that's an ardent listener of my show. And I'm meeting him the first time. I mean, Greener City Breakfast Show on Greener FM. Mr. Mark Williams Amwakon is the assistant headmaster in charge of academics. Thank you, sir. Now to our able speakers. We have a development professional, big title, big woman, Miss Dorcas Babette Kofi. Give us a wave, madam. You're welcome. And as well, we have a dynamic man who's been moving around. His name is Pinkra. He's in charge of communications and organization. If you see him around, that's him. As well, should I introduce our CEO? We all know her, right? The name is Miss Rosemond Ama Yeboah. She's here. She's joining us online. So, Rose, wherever you are, we know you are with us. And as well, a senior colleague and a legal practitioner, Mr. Sosi Saki, or Sosi Saki Esquire, if I should put it. Welcome, sir. And as well, the chief servant of the University of Energy and Natural Resources is duly represented by Professor Ahen. Professor, you're welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, without this person, the event wouldn't have been a success. I mean, all of us here. So let's clap for ourselves for coming. Okay, we come bearing gifts. In some few minutes, I need only 3 people who can mention the name of the President of the Republic of Ghana. If you can, raise your hand, please. Yes, 1. I need 1 from this side. Yes, Chorister at the back. Please come. Rush and come. Hurry up. Please come. The last person. I need a male. A male. Okay. Please come. You turn and you face everyone. Okay. Now the question is in 2 folds. You have successfully answered the first one, even though you are here to give us an answer. But who is the President of the Republic of Ghana?
Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Okay, thank you. You did not add the title, but we'll pardon you for that. Please turn. I want to see your back. Face the audience. Thank you. Okay. Now, this is not your gift yet. We move to the last phase. Please, no libby. Don't watch. Just look. Look at Mr. Sosil. Look at Miss Babette. You can look at our parents. You can look at Headmaster and Prof. Okay. What is the name of this foundation convening this summit? Hey, you're disqualified. If you look again, what is the name of this foundation? Yes.
A Summit.
Okay. The foundation.
Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation.
Okay.
Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation.
Okay. Which one was correct? Thank you. You had it wrong. Thank you for coming. You can have your seats. So, we give you a very beautiful design from the foundation. The name of the foundation is, all of us, Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation. Put your hands together for them. There's one more to go. There's one more gift. It's here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are zooming into our next speech, and it's coming from our development professional, Miss Babette. Let's put our hands together for her as she joins us on stage. Oh, do it better until she gets here. Yes.
Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, I'm not feeling your voice, so are you not young people? Can you hear me? Can you hear me this side of the room? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Yes, now I can hear you. Okay, so let's do a quick exercise. I want you to all to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Those at the back, can you hear me? Okay, close your eyes for a moment and just think about problems around you, your society, your home, the country. Think of any problems. Okay, so you can open your eyes now. We'll get back to this exercise, and when we get there, you understand why we did this. So before I start, can you look at the person sitting next to you and ask, what's your expectation? You should actually answer, don't just ask. What did the person say? Ask the person their expectation. And note it down, and after today's section, ask the person, was your expectation met? Did anyone share their expectations? Did I say no? Please share it with your colleague. We will get back to that, right? I'm hearing myself from the mic. Can you hear me? Or there's an echo? Is that an echo? No? Okay. So, just a little bit about myself before we get into this. So my name is Babette, and I actually went to Apam Senior High. I don't know if you know it, but that's the secondary school I attended. I currently work with the MasterCard Foundation on programs, development programs like scholarship, job opportunities. But on the side, I run two businesses, an NGO called Impact Foundation, and then Babette Foods. So I'm basically here for us to discuss. I'm not going to give a speech like he said. We are going to interact. So I'm sharing my expectations with you, and just as you shared yours with your colleague, we'll get back to that. But I'm just here to share my experience with you from when I was like you in secondary school through to university and to now. So we had the assistant headmaster for academics. Am I correct? Yes. So he asked a very thought-provoking question after free SHS, what next? I want you to also ask yourself, after secondary school, what next? Are you becoming a content creator? Are you becoming a lawyer? Because we have a lawyer here. Are you becoming a development professional? After here, what next? Do you want to become a fashion designer? Are you going to the university? I really want you to start thinking about those things as I share my experience with you. Are you here? Okay. So, okay, so like I said, I will start by sharing my experience briefly because we don't have much time. I I heard when the Rosemond was speaking, she kept talking about scholarship opportunities. So I'm somebody who benefited from a scholarship opportunity in my university. And before that, I was in secondary school. I passed, I learned, I didn't take my academics for granted. So I did so well, but after school, there was nobody to support your education. Just like the example of what our headmaster just talked about somebody who was saying that if not for free SHS, he or she wouldn't have come to school. My case, there wasn't free SHS. I was able to go to school, but after school, I really wanted to go to university, but there was no funds. But I did well, so I was home working, and then a teacher that I knew back in school told me that, oh, there's these people who have come to the school called MasterCard Foundation Scholarship, and they're giving scholarships for people who have passed their WASE, so you should apply. And then I applied. I'm sharing this story because I'll get into it, and then I want you to listen attentively, and then I'll pick from some of these points to make further explanations as I move on. So I applied. In my first year, I wanted to be a nurse. I actually don't know what I wanted. So when I applied, I went to the interview, and before that, they had, there's a time where they open school, time for you to apply for universities in Ghana, and then there's a deadline, and then you are going to school, say, in August or September, right? So I had not picked any university form, so I went to the scholarship interview. The headmaster one of the directors for academics of UCC was there, Central University. I didn't know all of them. And then they asked me, we look at your application, your result is good. What do you want to do? And I was just looking at them. I said I want to be a nurse because my mother said I'm cute and I'll look cute in a nursing uniform. That was what was in my mind. I didn't say that. So I just told them I wanted to be a nurse. And they were like, okay, right now all the schools have closed applications. So there's only one opportunity at Central University. And then for that one, nursing is too late because we've already started the academic year. I was sad. And then they told me that I should apply again next year. But before that, I should have applied to the university ahead of time. So the following year, I worked hard because I was working as a sales girl from a shop in Accra. Those of you from Accra, I'm sure you know Mokola, right? Mokola Rollins Park. So I did well. I saved, and then I bought UCC forms. The following year, I applied. I went, and they asked me what I wanted to do. And I said, I want to do social work. I want to do development. I want to read economics in UCC. This time around, I didn't say nursing. And do you know why? Do you know why? Because I now really have understood what I wanted to do. And this was not the traditional, conventional, but very important roles in society like being a nurse, being a doctor, being a lawyer. I'm somebody who cannot stand blood, so I cannot even be a nurse. But because at the time, I didn't know what I wanted, and I didn't have somebody to teach me or take me along the way, 1 year later, when I applied, I actually got to know what I wanted. So the moral lesson I'm sharing here is, as we are growing, especially at this stage, remember I had just finished secondary school, right? I was so confused. I didn't know what I wanted. I had no role model. In school, I don't think we had a lot of programs like this where we had speakers coming to share their experience. Even though we may have had, but maybe at the time I was completing a Palm Senior High, we didn't have a fresh one like this. Do we have Form 3 students here? Yes, so you are fortunate. You are hearing this on a fresh note. So I would like you to take this exercise very serious and listen to everybody that is coming to share their experience. Because at the end of the day, it will come at a time where you really, really need it. So the foundation is focusing on 3 main SDGs. That's the Sustainable Development Goals. How many of us know that? How many of us know the Sustainable Development Goals? No one? No one? Okay, so let me tell you about it and listen well. So the Sustainable Development Goals is SDGs for short, and it's 17 goals. Basically was set up by the UN in 2015 to help state some of the social problems around the world by coining it in very broad context so that development organizations like the organizations I work with, and then even educational institutions, everybody has a role to play. For instance, number 1 is low poverty. Number 4 is quality education. That is why we are all here. Education goes beyond the classroom or what your teachers teach you. So quality education is one of the focus of this organization. And the last one is number 10, which is reducing inequalities in all aspects of things, including education. So these are the 3 main focus of this organization. That is why I'm saying that, but there are 17 sustainable development goals. And as you go along in life, whatever you want to become, whether a doctor, a lawyer, it's all linked to one or more of these sustainable development goals. So here, I'm seeing my MC. That means my time is almost up, right? Yes, so I will leave you with 5 points on how to stay proactive, but looking for opportunities like I had a scholarship. But before I go there, I just want to share with you there are so many opportunities in the development space. You can become a policy analyst, you can become an educator, you can become a research analyst. If you are somebody who loves architecture, engineer, you can become an urban planner. There are so many spaces that you can go in it. Today, because of something I started right after secondary school, I travel all around the world. I'm engaging young people, I'm sharing my experience, and there's so much impact and fulfillment that comes out of that. So I would encourage all of us to think outside the box when it comes to what we want to do, and not just the conventional ones that we know. So I would like to leave you with 5 major things. We had our CEO talking about scholarship opportunities and all that. After this session, if we are still around, you can come and see me. I'm happy to take you through some of the scholarship opportunities that are available for you, even after secondary school, to access both locally and internationally. And I think the main problem now is just access to information. So I would entreat all of us to take our education serious, because there are opportunities like scholarship out there for you. And I said I'm going to leave it to 5 things. And I've coined that into a word called PRIME, P-R-I-M-E. One is, so for the word PRIME, I would say to be passionate about what you do. First of all, if you want to go outside the conventional ways, I wanted to be a nurse because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But at the end of the day, when I discovered that what I really want to do is to see people getting scholarships as a result of my work, is to see people getting jobs as a result of my work, and that's what will bring fulfillment to me. So passion is very important, because at the end of the day, if you don't have passion, you won't be excited about what you are doing. It's like coming to school and you are being forced to. You won't be learning, you won't be happy, but at the end of the day, you know that there's something in for you. That is what you do. And the second one is research. Look for scholarship opportunities, as I've already talked about. When we are on vacation, let's take advantage and make use of social media in a good way, especially those of us who have social media platforms and smartphones. There are so many online courses on Coursera, YouTube, LinkedIn. There are so many resources for you. Take advantage of that. The third one is interact. When you have opportunities for programs like this, when you finish, get close to speakers, ask more about what they do, get cards, get contact dates or something. For all you know, you meet them in the next 2 years, 3 years, and you need help, or you need support or some form of guidance. The last but 2, I would say mentorship and engage. I see that most of us, especially if you are in the secondary school, you find it difficult to approach even your elder sisters to seek career guidance. Your elderly sisters and brothers are even the first source of mentorship to you in your homes. So try and get to them. I want to do this, but I'm not sure. I want to become a fashion designer. What do you think? Then she can advise you. She has gone through a lot that she can use to advise you. So this is what I've coined to the word prime. If you don't understand anything or you don't remember anything I've said, remember prime as one of the proactive ways of looking for opportunities for yourself as you are in secondary school and then as you leave the school as well. So we'll go back to the last thing, which is the first thing we started. I would like us to close our eyes again and just think about three main things. One, what issues again in your community do you notice and how would you be able to improve it through now or your future career aspirations? Think about it. And now, the second one, if you could solve one big problem in the world, what would it be and why? So you can open your eyes now, and now look to the next person sitting next to you, and ask the person, can you think of a career that would allow you to work on this issue every day? So the issue you just closed your eyes to think about, the social issues, we name them: poor roads, infrastructure, inequalities, early marriages. Think of all the problems we have in Ghana, and think of a way you can solve it with the aspirations or career path that you want to tow. So, did somebody share their aspiration or what they want to do based on this? Hello, are you here? What did your colleagues say? Can I get 3 people to share? Can I get 3 people to share? What are your aspirations or what do you see as a career path for you? Who is sharing? No one? I actually have a gift for you. Okay. So I see someone. Let's clap for her.
Madam, please, the program I would like to share is broken homes. If I have the opportunity to become a big person in the future, I'll be very happy to solve the problem of broken home because it's really hurting a lot of people. Yes, please.
Don't go. So what do you think are some of the career choices you can make or what can you become to be able to solve this problem? Let me give you an example. There are so many development organizations. You have the World Bank, UN, African Development Bank. There are so many USAID. There are so many international organizations who are doing development work to solve some of these problems. At the same time, there are people who are education analysts. They are doing so many things. So what do you think, if you look at yourself, the career path line that if you told, it would help you to solve this problem that you foresee around you? For you. So she was going, it's actually a book from one of the partners I worked with. Okay, I'm going to give it to someone else. There's another. Okay. Okay, so she has extra gifts from the organization team. Yeah, so she said that she's going to become a lawyer, and through that, she will be able to help solve broken home issues. When families or parents want to become apart, she will come in to be able to support them so that they don't become apart and their kids will not have broken homes so that they can grow and grow happily. She didn't want to share that, so I've shared that on her behalf. I have 2 short questions to ask and I have money gifts for people. So, how many sustainable development goals do we have? How many? Okay, I see a hand there. You can stand up and say it there. 7, no, I record. Who else? I see a hand there. Okay, she says 17, and that's correct. Come for your gifts. So when I go back, I'll also give you money gifts, okay? And then the last question, the Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation is focusing on 3 main SDGs. What are these 3 SDGs? Or if you can mention one of them. Okay, I see a hand there. No poverty, and that's correct. Quality education. Okay, you've done well. Come for a gift. Who will add the last one? And we'll be done. Okay, I need a male. A male. We need to be equal. Is there any male ready to grab this? Okay, no male. The back benches. Anyone to take it? What is the last focus? Okay. Okay, I see a hand there. Say it again. No, it's not gender equality, but you are close to it. Okay, you, the first person. Reduce inequalities, and that's correct. Thank you all for listening to me. Do you have a gift for him? No, so you come to me for a gift, okay? There's one for you, and then I also give you a money gift. So I own the 3 of you, 1, 2, 3. So you see me after the event. And thank you all for listening to me. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Ma. We are really enlightened this afternoon. So,
Thank you, Miss Babette. Are we tired? Okay, let's do small exercise. Shine, shine, shine. Fire, fire. Oh, those of you at the back, fire. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, there was one guest we left out. Professor Ahen came with Madame Ruth Kubi. Madame, give us a wave. Bonsoir. I understand she's a French teacher at UNE Basic. You're welcome.
all right. Do you want to see a performance? Do you? All right. So, our cultural troupe have prepared a very nice performance for us. So, let's give them a clap as we invite them to give us a performance.
Oh, let's put our hands together. Thank you, Susek Cultural Troupe. Ladies and gentlemen, we are welcoming our next speaker, Sosisaki, who is a dynamic and ambitious individual with diverse educational background and extensive experience in law, civil education, broadcasting, and leadership. In fact, if I say I'm talking about Sosisaki, we might not live here. He was a senior colleague from ATLFM UCC in Central Region. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have to say much. Listen to Mr. Sosisaki. Let's put our hands together and welcome our next.
Good afternoon. It's a wonderful opportunity to be here with you this afternoon. And I'm very excited with the things that I've seen, the cultural performance, the choir, and their very melodious tunes and all that. You are all doing a wonderful job here. Please give a round of applause to yourselves. This afternoon, I'll be speaking on a very simple matter, which I have decided to title The Core Business. The Core Business. Tell your friend the core business. The core business. Now, I think I'll start with a story. I'll tell you a story about how I made my teacher in senior high school cry. It's a very serious issue. I made my teacher cry. It was not a very nice experience, but I'm sure that it will educate all of us so that we know the reason why we are here. So let me take you back to 2009 when I was admitted to senior high school. I went to Infant Film School in Cape Coast. How many of you have heard of Infant Film School? Oh, none of you have heard of Infant Film? Okay, it's only the ladies that are raising their hands. The guys, you've not heard of Infant Film School? Yes, Infant Film School in Cape Coast. And when I got to the school in 2009, when I was entering as a fresher or a Form 1 boy, my father drove me to the school. He drove me right in front of my house, the house where I was supposed to be in. And then when the seniors came for my trunk and my chop box, he didn't get down from the car. He just looked at me and said, "Focus on the core business." And then he drove away. So I got to school confused. The seniors had come take my chop box. They were saying all sorts of things. I was scared. But then I had just been told to focus on the core business. And the whole time in school, I was asking myself, what is the core business? But essentially, the core business is why you are in school. The core business is why you are in SUSEC. That's why you are spending years here in SUSEC. Indeed, in your case, the core business is why the government is spending money on your education here in SUSEC. So I went to school and I had my own plans for school. When I was going to school, part of my core business was to become a doctor. So to become a doctor, my plan was to join the science club. Is there a science club here? And as I joined the science club, I wanted to do science and math quiz. In our time, we used to call it Brela. Science and math. I'm told today you guys did the regional championship or so. Here. And I'm told that you people are the champions. Great. So I wanted to join the science and math quiz team in Botwe. But it's one of the hardest things to do in this country. To join the science and math quiz team in a fancy school, it wasn't so easy. But fortunately, or let me say unfortunately, when I got to infant school, the trajectory changed a little bit. So I had lost every interest in science. How many science students are here? Please raise your hand. Nobody will catch you. Great. So I had been admitted to infant school with science. But when I got to school, I'd lost interest in the science. So I found myself going to the library. I was reading all sorts of, art-oriented books. I wanted to do something that was art-oriented. Eventually, I decided that I wanted to become a lawyer. So if you look at the trajectory, somebody who was admitted to school to do science, who is now a lawyer, you should have seen that, yes, there was some bit of a change on the path. But I told you in the beginning that I made my teacher cry. Do you remember? So the story, here's how the story goes. It was a physics class, and the teacher gave us a test, which he was marking over 10. And he told us that in this physics test, if you get 9 over 10, he will lash you 1. If you get 8 over 10, he will give you 2. 7 over 10, he will give you what? 6 over 10. 5 over 10, 4 over 10, 3 over 10, 2 over 10, 1 over 10, 0 over 10. Great. So when the questions were written on the board and the teacher marked all the scripts, the Brilla boys in my class, I was in Science 2. In Infanspim, the sharp classes, the sharp science classes for biology, Science 1, Science 2, I was in Science 2. So the Brilla boys were in my class. And even the Brilla boys were getting 8 over 10. So a Brilla boy will go and the teacher will give him, bam, bam, 2 lashes. These were very smart guys. So the man had virtually lashed the whole class because the highest was about 8 or so. But he had been lashing the whole class. He knew that he was supposed to lash me. But he had waited, he had lashed the whole class. And then he finally asked, so see, what did you get? Guess what I got? Who is guessing? Somebody is saying 0. Oh, Charlie. Guess. What did I get? So the funny thing is, I didn't even submit my paper. I was not going to be the guy who was going to get a mark. So if I didn't submit the paper, if you want to lash me 100, lash me 100. I didn't submit the paper because I did not have an idea what we were being tested on. And when the teacher heard that, when I told him that I didn't submit the paper, he was torn between 2 decisions. Either to lash me, give me 10 strokes, because that's what I deserve. It's not submitting your paper is 0, isn't it? But the man just stood in front of the class. He shook his head. He was near the point of tears and then walked out of the class. And I think the reason why he did that was because he knew that this was not a bad student. Indeed, I was scoring very high marks in English, social studies, and the rest. But then it was clearly because I did not have an interest in the science. And I regard and respect that teacher so much because he had the opportunity to lash me, but he chose not to. He decided to mentor me, to help me become a better person. And I have so much regard for Mr. Texan wherever he is. He was very supportive to me back in the day in Infanspim. And just last year, which was 10 years since I graduated from school, my teacher called me. He called me and congratulated me for being called to the bar. And then he also said, "Oh, Jack, I have a student just like you. He too, he doesn't like the science. So I want to talk to him." So he called me on the phone and I spoke to the students for about 15 minutes. And today, I will be sharing with you what I shared with that student. Because very often, students are going through all sorts of things. And to be able to access the opportunities for higher education, you first of all need to maximize the opportunities you have here. So today, the core business, which is the title of my message to you, is about maximizing the opportunities you have here in Susek, so that you can access the opportunities that are out there and become as great as Rosemond is. Do you understand? So I'll be giving you just about 8 pointers on some of the things that you need to be doing here in Susek and how you can access those opportunities. Now, this is the first thing I told this gentleman when I spoke to him. The first thing I told him was that know why you are in school. Know why you have come here to Susek. And I'm very happy that some of you are writing. If you have a pen, you should probably write. First of all, know why you are in SUSEC. There are many people that do not even know why they are here. There are some of your colleagues, can you hear me? There are some of your colleagues that are just waiting for the last day of school so they can write on the wall, I was here some. That's not why you are here. You are here to maximize the opportunities that you have here so you can access better opportunities. And so because of that, you need to study. There is no other way around it. You need to study. And I would always say there are no smart ways around studying. It involves hard work. It involves going for prep. It involves sitting down and studying, going over the books, going over the books and the notes you've been given. Because if I had studied for that physics test, I'd have probably submitted my paper. Or you know, so the first point is to know the reason why you are here. Second point is that you should focus on your books, like I said. Once you know why you are here, you know that this place is supposed to catapult you to a better place. It's supposed to catapult you to the University of Ghana. It's supposed to catapult you to Oxford, to Cambridge, to UNE. You know that, yes, the important thing is for you to study. Don't go for prep and just be sitting there and chit-chatting with people. Study. Study very hard. That's essentially the reason why you are here. The third point is that you need to get involved in extracurricular activities. It is very, very important. Babette was talking to you about accessing scholarship opportunities. Most of these grants and scholarship opportunities will be looking at what you did in school. Were you studying? Were you also involved in extracurricular activities? So when I was in school, I was doing debate. I debated for Infantsman. I was part of the team. Are there debaters in this room? The school debaters are here. They usually sit in front. Where are the other ones? The school debaters. Great. Yes. We'll find them in front. Yes, they are in front. So I was doing debate. Oh, there's another one. Great. I was doing debate. And debate helped me shape my public speaking. I have the story I always tell. Some years ago, it would have been impossible for me to stand here. Because if I was standing here, I'll probably be doing, and then maybe in the end, I'll probably collapse on the stage. Yes. But debate shaped my public speaking. And in the world that you are going into, you'll be doing a lot of presentations, you'll be sharing your ideas. Like Babette said, you'll be interacting with people. So debate shapes you as a person. I'm not just talking about debate. Every extracurricular activities you find on this campus, try and make time for some of them and then get involved in them. I hope you understand me. So I've talked about knowing who you are. I've talked about focusing on your books. I've talked about getting involved in extracurricular activities. The fourth one is to plan. Plan. You can't get anywhere without planning. When you come to school, set goals, set targets for yourself. Do a personal timetable. When you go for prep, learn according to the personal timetable. And I know that it's very hard to even stick to these things. When I was in school, look, I didn't come here to lie to you. I came here to tell you the truth. When I was in school, I had a personal timetable for every term. It was hard to follow the personal timetable. But at the very least, if you have a personal timetable, you know that you have a personal timetable. And when you veer off the personal timetable, at least there's something that brings you on track. But if you don't have a personal timetable, you just go to prep, be chit-chatting and all that, you just be wasting the time. So plan. Have targets for yourself. If you placed, 14th or 15th in class, set a goal for yourself. This time you want to be 5th. This time you want to be 2nd. This time you want to be 1st. Set that goal for yourself. That's the fourth point. The fifth point is that people will remember every single thing you did here on this campus. And I'm not joking. Because the way the human mind is wired, we don't have time to form second impressions. We don't have time to change the way we think about people when we knew them. So if I knew you in SUSEC, and we all know that back in SUSEC, you were the guy that you were stealing everything in the school. Or you were the guy that when we go to the dining hall, you take all the food and then nobody gets some. If we meet you 10 years down the line, we'll remember. And if a recommendation is supposed to be given, people remember. Now it makes it so hard for them to change their minds about you. So your life here on this campus is very, very important. People will remember every single thing that you did here. If you like market somewhere, you meet your colleague 10 years down the line, and you remember them for the things that they used to do. Oh, this guy, he was a brilla back in the day. Oh, this guy, he was causing trouble too much. Even the teachers remember you. So that when you're coming back to the school to visit them, there are certain students, they will even call the assembly of students to come and welcome them. There are some too, when they are coming, they will tell the students that, oh, go and hide. This guy is a bad idea. So people remember the things to do on this campus. The 7th point is that you need to know your friends. And this is a very, very important point. You are the average or aggregate of the 5 people that are closest to you. So if your friends are smoking weed, we have to tell you, if your friends are smoking, it will take only God to rescue you from smoking. Do you understand? If your friends are topping their class, it will take only your family witches to prevent you from topping your class. Your friends have a massive way of shaping who you are. I hope you understand me. So if you look at your circle of friends and they don't look like they are going anywhere or they don't look like they are pursuing something, please be careful. The final point I want to make is that you need to know your God. It's a very important point. You need to know your God. You need to take God seriously. There's a scripture I want to direct you to, which is in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. The Bible says that before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And before you were born, I set you apart. You are dealing with somebody who knew you even before you were formed, even before you were created. And so once you rely on God and you are disciplining the things of God, that even sets some limitations to the things that you do. There are certain things you won't do if you know your God and you are relying on your God. So let me just quickly run into the things that I said. First, I said that you need to know why you are here. Know why you are in SUSEC. If you know why you are in SUSEC, you won't give your teachers problems. Second is to focus on your books. Third is to get an extracurricular activity. The fourth is to plan. The fifth is that people remember you for the things that you do. The sixth one is to know your friends and choose wisely. The last one is that do not forget your God. So recently, I attended my school speech day, and I was privileged to attend the speech day. I was also privileged to sit at the high table. And I could see that physics teacher of mine who, instead of lashing me, simply walked out of the class and later called me aside so that we could plan how I was going to complete well and then pursue law, even though I was a science student. And all those opportunities are here for you in SUSEC. But guys, what matters, the most important thing, is just like what my father told me, the core business. And like I said, the core business is to maximize the opportunities that SUSEC is providing you. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Thank you very much. We are most grateful. Really max opportunities we encounter. All right. Are you ready for another performance? Yes. I remember when we were here, there was one group I really loved so much. And most especially when we come for Sunday service, the conductor was very wow. He will leave everyone smiling at the service. And this group is none other than the SUSEC choir. Family, let's give a round of applause for them as they give us a performance. Sing for us. If Clinton. All right.
Too much.
Pete. This job will do. One, two, three. One, two, three. I know it. Talk about it, I do. The money, you know what, my I'm down with it. I go, yeah, man, you know what close to me, and I'm a young, and I'm a young. I go, yeah, man, you know what close to me, and I'm a young. I didn't know that you treat me this way. You treat me this way, and I'm oh no, no question anything, babe. Tell me this man, babe. Me plan that I don't know. I think this is how they are. Let my bed down. Leave my bed alive to run. It's walking, no to protect. It's not as I need some habit. It's walking, as God is starting. Now my bed is the waste man. He's the waste man in the wasteland. And we know that the rules are regulated on the playground, and that is a guide them. Now my brother is the waste man. He's the waste man in the wasteland. And in the world, and the regulation, and the playground, and that is a guide. And they throw him away. They watch my go. But the rules are regulations, and the playground, and that is a guide them. Don't be a slack up. Don't be a... It was there, it was that. It was just no. The next is that they got up. Never be a fraud.
Too much. Go ahead, man.
Okay, let's put our hands together for him. It is not everyone who can sing. The DJ, I understand, goes by the name Pyro. DJ Pyro. Oh, is that you? DJ Pyro. Aha. But please, from journalism point of view, editorial policy, when you're playing a song, especially for a gathering like this, and there's a vulgar word, you take it out. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once we've been entertained, let's bounce back to our final speaker. Shall we? If you want us to have our next and last speaker, give me a wave. Give me a wave. Good. I like the energy. Let's do one more time. Shine. 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 Fire. 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 Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I may, grant me your attention. Professor Ahen is duly, thank you. When you are introducing an Obrimpon, these things are needed. You can keep doing it. I enjoy it. He's duly representing the Chief Servant of the University of Energy and Natural Resources, Professor Elvis Asaribediako. Now, Professor Ahen is a renowned expert in applied geology and medical geology with 33 years experience. He holds a PhD from Leicester University in UK and has made significant contributions to academia and industry. His research focuses on mineral exploration, medical geology, and environmental health. Professor Ahen has a strong background in research and teaching. Professor Ahen has worked with leading organizations and taught at various universities and as a fellow of several professional associations, including Ghana Institution of Geoscientists and International Medical Geologists Association. His work has advanced the understanding of geological processes that impact human health. Currently, Professor Ahen serves as the Dean of the School of Geosciences and Dean in charge of the University of Energy and Natural Resources, Doma Campus at Doma Ahenkro. He continues to inspire and shape the next generation of geoscientists and medical geologists through his teaching, research, and leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Ahen.
Thank you very much, MC, for your kind introduction. I really enjoyed the presentations from our area speakers, the development professional. The time that we were students, we never had such an opportunity, but now you have. I also enjoyed the core business. These are advices that they have given to you. But I am here to talk about something different. Something that will make you whom you want to be in future. And the theme that was given to me to talk about is importance of what? Education. Impact on individuals and then what? Society. Is it possible for us to move this thing so that we can see the full screen of the LCD? Can we move this slightly? If we can move this slightly, can we move this?
This one is a fixed screen and it's digital screen. This one is just a board.
No, but I can see that there's a portion. Okay. All right. So, importance of education. Many of you are here because you passed your BCE and you had admission to come to SUSEC. That's it. Daddy says this. Mommy wants you to become this person, and you are here. And I'm going to take you through this sort of presentation so that we can make a better decisions for ourselves. I am not here to tell you what I think should be the case, but I will want you to be part of this this presentation. Can we move to the next slide? These are the contents for what we need to know today. The first one is what? Benefits. The second is career opportunities. The third is impact on individuals and on society. And then the personal growth. Many of the things that I'll be stressing on in this presentation, we had the highlights from our area of speakers. So when I get there, I will move with a speed of what? What speed should I move with? Speed of light. I was born a teacher, started as a Sunday school teacher. So when I am making presentation, I want you to be part of it. So benefits for individuals. Why are you here? Ministry of Education had set this as a procedure. Before you get an opportunity to go to university, you will have to do what? 3 years secondary school education. Our time. You have to do what? 5 years plus 2 years before you get there. So your journey had been shortened. And if it has been shortened, then you need to be what? An aggressive person to be able to get to your goal. So, benefits for individuals having higher education. The first point is what? You advance knowledge and skills in specific fields. He wanted to be what? Lawyer Sesu, you wanted to be what? No, you didn't want to be a lawyer at the beginning. A doctor. I believe many of you wanted to become what? Something. Now that we have opened our portal for admissions, you see people calling, can you help us to get admission into this program? And then you look at the result slip. Then you ask them, are you sure of what you are asking us to do for you? Somebody doing arts program or want to come and do a program in science. How can that one what be? It's generally what? Impossible. So the benefit that you get from higher education, the point number one is you advance knowledge and skills in specific fields. The point number two is you improve job prospects and earning what? Potentials. Why are you here? Why did you decide to come to SUSEC? You want that in future, with the education that you have, the salary that you will get at the end of the month will be what? Significant. Somebody who will not get the opportunity to advance his education cannot negotiate for his salaries. But people that have higher education have that chance of negotiating for what has to be paid to them. Reason is that they have knowledge and skills that will help the employer to make what? More money. Point number 3, why higher education is so important for us is it increased opportunities for career advancement. I will explain all these as we go through the presentation. And it enhances critical thinking and problem-solving abilities. When Dorcas was speaking, he asked, "What do you want to do for Mother Ghana?" A lady came up here and said her concerns are about what? I didn't hear you. But she won't be able to do that at this stage. But she can do it when she has what? The higher education. That is where she will be able to do the critical thinking. Sometimes when you open your radio and people are talking about how Ghana, the direction that the country has to go, you become what? Worried. So, you are moving faster than the speaker. So, the broader perspectives and the deeper understanding of the word can only be achieved when we have what? The higher education. Next slide. So, are we going to have any benefits of having a higher education? And these are things that I want you to take note of. One, if you have that higher education, you have what? The increased earning what? Potential. Some people are complaining that the pension that they are going to get cannot what? Take them home. But those with higher education, because of the salaries that you get, because of the knowledge that you contributed, the skills that you had, that question of not having a good pension will not what? Will not come in. Do you know that people with higher education can be paid over €1,000 a month? It depends on your skills. It depends on what? On your knowledge. If you don't have that, you don't have what? A say. The employer will determine what you have to take home. But because you will not have any option, you will have to what? To agree. Increase earning what? Potentials. And we do say that individuals of higher education typically earn more money over their lifetime compared to those with what? Lower levels of education. This is a statement of fact. This is a statement of fact. So if you are lucky to be here today, you are just starting a journey of receiving an increased earning through the work that you will embark on. The second one is reduced employment. When I came to Sunyani the year 2021 and went through the city center, I saw a lot of guys with wheelbarrows, pushing wheelbarrows. And straight away, the communication that I had was that these people did not have an opportunity to have what? Higher education. If they had higher education, they will not be pushing what? Trucks. So, once you have the higher education, that chance that Ghanaians say you become somebody is something that you need to what? Yearn for. The third one is improve quality of life. And here I want to use myself as an example. When I gained admission to secondary school, I had an uncle. Age-wise, he was slightly older than me. He made a statement. Kwesi, why do you want to go to secondary school? You are going to waste your time, 5 years plus 2 before you get to university. By the time you come back, my cocoa farm will be what? Will be flourishing. I will be what? A rich person. I said, that is good. That is what you think. But allow me to pursue what? My dream. I went to secondary school, completed the university, started work. The cocoa farm that he was talking about, I didn't what? See it, I didn't find it. And at the end of it, he was coming to me for what? Support. Why should it be that way? So, it tells me that quality of life, and not just for you alone, but for people around you, benefiting from the higher education that you have, is going to be what? Important, and we need to look at it. Next slide. The first three were for us as students. We need to yearn for what? Higher education. But whatever that we get as individuals have an impact on the society. And what is it for the society? We say innovation and what? And progress. When you acquire that skills, when you acquire that knowledge, you are able to make contribution to the society that you live in. This is very important. Giving you or having access to higher education will not make you think only about yourself. But whatever that you'll be doing with that knowledge and skills that you have will help the community that you are living in. The second point here under society is what? Contribution to the economy. How does your knowledge contribute to the economy of the country? You have gained a lot of knowledge. You have gained a lot of what? Skills. What do you use our skills for? To grow the economy. Another example that I want to give to you close to, I was a worker for Rosemond Gold, 2003. I was based at Kenya before joining the university. And at that time, we found the gold deposit at Rosemond to be located in 2 different sites. But the knowledge and the skills that I had, I told my boss that I think these two deposits could be the same deposit, and that we need to do A, B, C, and D. Do we know what termite mounds are, or anthills? Do we know that? What is an anthill? In tree. What is termite mound? In tree. Hey, what sorts of students are we having today? We don't know termite mound. What is the assistant head teacher? Yeah? What? What did he say? ACA. Fantastic. I hope we all know what ACA is. The knowledge that I had made me to tell management that we have this pit here, we have this pit here, but in between, we don't have anything. I don't think that is the situation. So give me an opportunity to take samples from a CA around that area. And the story about the termite mound is that the termites or the ants, they burrow deep into the ground system in search of what? Of water. And when they are coming up, whatever material, including the minerals, they bring them out up. So, if we take samples from these mounds, whatever mineral that we have in there, we will see what? Their signatures. My boss told me, that is okay, it sounds good. But remember, if you do this and we don't find what you are talking about, you are out from the company. That was a hard decision for me to take, but I believed in the knowledge that I had acquired before. So I carried that survey, and at the end of it, we were able to see that the gold that was supposed to be continuous had what? Shifted 200 meters away. Okay? So originally we have Kenyasi East Pit, Kenyasi Central, but now it's just what? One pit. Knowledge. Higher education. I even didn't stop from there. Another company somewhere that I was consulting for. The biology students, are you here? Plants. We know that there are certain trees that have what? Deep root. Tap roots, isn't it? Some of them can go as deep as 75 meters. And at that depth, what the tree does is to what? Take up the minerals up. And then, as they bring them up, the plants will take those that they need to use for their food preparation. Those that they don't need, they repair them to the back of the tree. So I said, this is a good information. Why don't we sample, take materials from these plants and see if we can find the gold that might be what? Might be hidden. So I did that for a company, and then at the end of it, we found where the gold is. You can Google this, gold in trees. You find the publication over there. Okay? All these were as a result of what? The knowledge that I got in the higher education, and is contributing to what? To the economy. That's right. So apart from you benefiting as an individual, there is a portion that goes to what? To the society and then the nation at large. Proud students, or you are not proud? Are you? Can you make a choice here? I have a pie chart to the left, and there is another information to the right. This is about what? Higher education. What are people saying? This is the global statistics. This information on the screen is what people are saying. Maybe you have not sat down to make what? An analysis of this. Let's look at the pie chart. How many people, in terms of percentages, says that higher education will pay off? How many? If I know your names, I'll begin calling you by names. So, don't let me point at you when you are not ready. So give me the response. How many people, in terms of percentages, are saying that higher education will pay off? Can we have the other microscope? Can we have the microphone, the other microphone? The program was supposed to start at 1:30. We started at 2:15. Okay? Because you did not allow me to do my work for the day, I am also going to keep you here. So brace it. You are not leaving now. You are in my classroom. Okay? The other microphone? Yeah.
8%.
6%.
8%.
8%. How many of you want to be part of the 8%? Maybe the education that I'm having now, maybe it will help me in future. Globally, it's only 8%. And how many people are also saying that it has not paid off? 6%. But how many people are saying that higher education will pay off? That quantum number there, 83%. So I just want to tell you that the way for you to succeed, to make it in life, to have quality lifestyle, is you having what? Higher education. The other side also talk about better educated, more likely to be in what? In a career track what? Job. What job do you want to do? We are thinking about the future. He said he wanted to become a doctor, but that never was. What is yours? What? A teacher. Why are you shaking your head? A teacher. Nobody wants to become a teacher. Why? But the teacher teaches what? The lawyer. Eh? So, a career track, if you look at this chart, The people that have the best career track are what? People with higher education. I hope I'm making sense. We have nothing to look for if we want our life to be better. Our only choice is what? The higher education. Next slide. So, if that is the case, then how do you see education to be? Are you ending your education at SHS level, or you have an intention to continue beyond this level that you are? Education, we say, is what? It's a journey, not what? A destination. There are so many people that made a wrong choice and they are suffering for it. Your learning journey starts from here. You don't have to make it a destination. I was talking to a woman in Kumasi when the last results of WASIWAT came out. I happened to get the results of her ward. And it was an excellent what? Results. So when I called the woman to ask about the plans for the ward, what she told me, what plans are you talking about? He completed BECE and she went to secondary school. So what else are you talking about? That woman, that parent, thought the end of education is what? Secondary school level. So that is the destination she had for the daughter. It took me more than an hour to explain to her that she has just begun the journey. How many of you here is making success your destination? Higher education pays, quality life, better remunerations. Are you making success your destination? Or you taking it as the beginning of the journey? Over there is saying your learning journey has what? No destination. It is a continuous what? Journey. Next slide. Can we see what is on the screen? The ultimate destination is what? Wearing what? That gown. We call it what? Akapi. Academic what? Gown. If you don't get that gown to wear, it meant that you still have some trips to what? To cover. In 1984, okay, I didn't see education as what? A destination. That was when I completed Form 5. I will not mention the school that I went to. I also didn't see it as a destination in 1986. Our time we have the sixth form. After Form 5, you do 2 years. I persevered until I got that gun. What? To wear in 1991. We were just lucky. Before I won that gun, I had my appointment letter. Okay? But there were people out there that were looking for a job and were not getting the job. I was gainfully employed before my graduation in 1991. Sorry, the story will not be the same now, but we will talk about that one when we look at what the impact. But after getting the job, I didn't stop there. I was gainfully employed. The salary was what? Very good. But when I look up, I realized there were some people ahead of me with much higher what? Education. So if I am receiving this, it meant when I get there, I will get what? Multiples of that. So I continued the journey until I became what? A full professor. I've gotten to the terminal point. I'm looking for a place to go. But the academic structure puts it that when you become a full professor, the only thing you can think about is getting what? Emeritus to what? To that name. Emeritus what? Professor. And that is what I am aiming at now. Next slide. So, what I want to tell you today is that reimagine our futures together for better career. This one is for the male students, and that one is for what? The females. You are down there, okay? That is the first step in getting to where, how do you call that one? That cup. The last Champions League. Which team won? Students, the last Champions League. Which team won? Real Madrid. And at the end of it, what was given to them? A trophy. Do you want a similar trophy in academic way? I didn't hear you. And you have a long way to go. See where you are now. But you want the crown. You want the trophy. That lady looks very tired. Is that not what is depicting there? Who thinks that Sussex should be the destination for him? You will not answer, right? You want to keep it a secret. There will be another slide that I want you to talk. Next slide. Forget about your supper. You delayed us. They are saying that your supper is getting cold. But you didn't come early. We are trying to give you the drug for your future so the supper can get cold. Do I have the attention of the assistant headmaster or the headmaster? Okay, so I will do it quickly. So career opportunities. If you look at the current slide, you're saying that this is what? Decision time. There is no miracle here. Okay? If you want to make it in life, you shouldn't make education what? A destination. You should rather make it what? A journey. Next slide. The teachers can only give you what? Guidelines. But you will have to take what? The decision. Next slide. I don't think because your supper is getting cold, I will not go into this sort of details. Next slide. Salary structures, I think it's important for me to mention. Who can guess what my salary is? How much do you think I'm receiving at the end of the month? And how much the security officer at the gate is receiving? Higher education against what? Higher education against, our salaries will not be the same. But we want you to have what? A better future. Okay? So if you want good salaries, then that is the way to go. Next slide. The impact, we have the positive impact and we have what? The negative what? Impact. I hope I have mentioned so many of the things that comes as a positive impact when you have what? Higher education. But there are negative impact. But here, the negative impact that comes shouldn't be the concern of the students. Next slide. Can we look at the negative impact? One is the financial burden. Do you pay your own school fees? Do you pay your own school fees? Who pays for you? Eh? Now you have that policy of free education. When Sasi was talking, he mentioned that. Do you know why the government is paying for you? Do you know why? When we were looking at the benefits, the society wants, the country needs people with what? Knowledge, people with skills to help promote a better what? Economy. So what the government is doing today, we shouldn't expect the results what? Today. The results will come when the promoters of senior high school education are all what? Gone. We should be thinking about how is Ghana going to be in the next 10 years. That is what? An investment. Okay? The country will not change until your life is changed for the better, and that will influence the economy of the country. Okay? The other negative aspect is that the pressure for you to what? To succeed. It's not easy at the university. You will trail, but that will not get you dismissed from the university. So the pressure to succeed is there. But that will not mean that you need to what? Take your life. Next slide. Here I said what? Addressable what? Issues. Because people are talking about what? Unemployment. And that there are so many graduates that are not having what? Jobs. It will happen. When you are selecting a program, that is where you need to consult whether this program I am going to do, I am going to be what? Employable. Don't just try to go to university for going sake. Many people are unemployed, but their colleagues are what? Are employed. These are questions that I want you to what? To look at. Lack of practical skills, overqualification. I want to leave the lack of practical, but the overqualification is there. But if you want to be arrogant, then you'll be unemployed. Oh, I have a PhD degree. Therefore, I cannot do this job. Are you ready to be employed? Your qualification will not give you a certain type of job, but you need to take something as a stepping stone before you can get what. So that is why I say these are what? Addressable issues. It depends on the individual. The students are running one by one. They are very hungry. Next slide. Next. Yeah? Yeah, here I said, do you want to hear more? I think they are hungry, so they don't want to hear more. Move on to the next one. Education has a significant impact on both individuals and societies as a whole. It empowers individuals to reach their full potential, reduces poverty, and what? Inequality. That is the mantra for this particular foundation. Poverty elevation and what? Inequality. We can only do this. The foundation will only be able to attain and achieve their goals if we accept higher education. And it also promotes social mobility and economic growth. Can we move to the next slide? Maybe at the end I have to leave the slides with you and then you can go through. Yeah, next. Personal growth. This is where I wanted all the students to be here. Personal growth. You met here. When you were coming, you didn't know anybody. You've made friends here. You don't come from the same families. You need to think about your personal growth. So, can we pause for a moment? Tell me what you see on the slide. Maybe I have to get down. So tell me what you can see on the slide. Who said Akwawi? It was a male voice. Do it quickly. We are hungry.
So I saw a man with a ladder helping others to go to their destinations.
Are you sure? He said a man with a ladder helping others. Is that true? If we are able to do this exercise, I will end and will not go to the other cycle. It's very important for me. Yes, you are thinking too much. Quickly.
Sir, it's the journey. The journey you were talking about in the previous slides, that is it. And we are seeing different ways by which we can achieve our ultimate objectives. There's one where you are climbing the ladder of education, the steps, that is personal effort. And then down there's a man with a ladder helping a woman. That is when you get there through the aid or help of others.
You done?
Yes, sir.
If your mother is here, he will clap for you, but I will not clap for you because you've not answered my question. What are you seeing here? They say, oh, a journey. Can you see a journey there? That is how you answer the examination questions, and the examiners fails you, and you say, people with the mature power. Okay? What do you see there? What do you see there? Look at the slide and tell me what you see. Then we can continue to talk about what we cannot see there. That is what you gave. So you've deviated. My child question.
Please, someone is flying a kite.
Oh, someone is what?
Flying a kite.
A good observation. Good. That is okay. Somebody else. Let's do this quickly and then I will end here. It's the journey that they are making. Okay? We have 2 steps in there and there is 1 ladder. Okay? We are all making what? A journey. I want to remember one of the Sunday school songs. Who can help me? Who is a Sunday school person here? We are traveling. I cannot. I'm not a good singer. Yeah. Okay. In order for you to go to your dining hall to get your supper, we can see 2 steps. 1 to the right, there is 1 there, and then a gentleman and a lady, they are holding what? A ladder. Okay? We've said that education is what? A journey, not a destination. Many of you are in this position. Some of you want the journey to end here. So you have the ladder, you're holding it. You are not making any attempt to climb it. You are satisfied with what? The wasi. Okay? You think you will get job. When I was young and where we lived, we were not far from Swami magazine. So many people said, when we complete school, we will go to what? Swami magazine. So their destination was middle school living certificate. Now, we will use the word of BECE. You will be there. Right? But there is another group. That guy managed to get to the top there. He knew sky is his limit. But he wasn't ready to continue. So he used a kite to see what is up there. Okay, maybe from here you manage to get the first degree. The time is coming that a first degree people will be mixed in trotros. That is where we are getting to. Our time, they were saving us. Form 5, they save. 6th form, they save. Few people get to the university, so there were jobs for them. Now, when you come to my class, 200 students. My time that I went to KNUST, the lecturers were angry that management took too many people to come and do geological engineering. And do you know our number? We were only 15. We were only 15. And now I have 200. Where is the work for you? So don't think that when you finish the first degree, that job opportunities will be readily available for you. Don't end your journey there. Don't throw the kite. Get to the top. There are some people who have managed to get to the top there, and you can be one of them. It's a decision you have to make now. The next slide is talking about decision time. Can you go there so that I just sum up? No, the decision time. Economic development. Do you want to be daddy's boy or mommy's daughter? If you want that to be the situation, then your education is going to be related to a destination. Your parents will still take care of you. However, if you don't want it that way, then you need to get to what? The ultimate. Get a gun. So, do you know why the government is paying so much for your education? Who can give an answer? I think I gave the answer earlier on. Move on. The current president is thinking about what will happen in the next 10 years, not today. That is why he's paying so much for free education. That is why he wants you to get the knowledge and then the skills. He thinks that a journey of 1,000 kilometers begins with what? With a step. And once he set the ball rolling, you continue on the journey to prosperity, and that is higher education. Because you are tired and hungry, I cannot get to the end of it. Do you agree that I should stop here or continue? What do you think? We should stop here. Okay. So, thank you for your audience. Any question or questions? Higher education. Impact on individuals and societies. Education is a journey, not a destination. If you drop out now, you will go to your friend in future for what? For help. But you have what? Equal platform to succeed. Thank you for your audience.
We can do better. Professor Ahen. Oh, Prof is not yet done. Let's do it better for him. Can we do it? Let's do it better for Prof. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Great. All too soon, we've come to the end of our event. Before we do, I want us to clap for all of us who are still here. Those of us who are still here, you have done so well. And I believe if we are taking into practice all the things our speakers have informed us about today, we will go far. Should I say amen? All right. We have heard from Ms. Babette, Mr. Saki, Prof. Ahin, and even a component of the welcome address had issues we can ask questions about. Please, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand. Any questions for our speakers? We have only 5 minutes for that, so raise your hand. Please move to... Can we have a microphone here, please? Move to the microphone over there, and then if your question is specifically for any of our speakers, don't worry, you can ask.
Okay, please. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, please. My question is, as our private legal practitioner made us understand that we shouldn't forget our God, is it advisable for we to, as a student, to continue to put God first in our academic education?
I hope our speakers heard the question. Was it directed to a specific... Oh, Mr. Sosi.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, so when I was talking about not forgetting your God, the important thing in there is to have a personal relationship with God. I hope you understand me. To have a personal relationship with God, to pray, to stay connected. But essentially, I understand what you mean by service to God, being part of a Christian group, serving, leading and all that, but there must be a balance. We've seen on so many campuses, people are overly exerting themselves in Christian groups, and they forget that the core reason why they are in school is to maximize their potential in the school, to study, and then move on. I hope you understand me. So a good balance is very, very important. Your personal relationship with God is very key, but your service to your groups, your Christian groups, your church is also important, but there must be a balance. I hope you understand what I'm saying. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Even though the question wasn't addressed to me, but I just want to add something to it. I believe you want to build on your wisdoms. The Bible says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Therefore, if you want to get there, okay, you need to fear him so that he gives you the necessary wisdom for you to attain or achieve your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Please, are there any other questions? If there are no questions, let me hear yeah. Oh, please come. Please come. There was a hand here. Come. Ask your question, please.
Okay, lawyer. You said you wanted to be a doctor, but later you decided to study law. What were some of the challenges you encountered in the law school, and what did you do differently to overcome those challenges?
Thank you. Yeah, in senior high school, wanting to know challenges in the law school. That's also great. So like I said, I think that essentially pursuit of a career is a matter of interest, right? So there are people that ever since they were little, they've always wanted to be doctors. And there are those who, ever since they were little, they've always wanted to be lawyers. I'm not going to go into the specifics of it because you are not there yet. But this is what I can tell you. Every pursuit is relevant, but every pursuit requires hard work. Prof didn't get to where he was by sleeping. You also don't become a lawyer by sleeping. You don't become a doctor by sleeping. So essentially, the first thing you need to do is to identify what you want to do and know that whatever you decide to do will require a lot of effort from you. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Maybe some later time we can have a discussion like that. But today, what you need to understand is that first of all, know why you are here. Why you are here is to make the good grades to get into the university. And then you can access all the beautiful things that Prof talked about. When you get there, just like you work hard here, you must work hard at every stage you find yourself. I hope you understand. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, our last question. Is there any other question? Okay.
Thank you so much. Please, my question is posed to the professor. During your presentation, you said something about economic hardship. And as SHS leavers, when we complete school, many people can go to school, universities or tertiary in the next year, and others don't have the opportunity to do the same because of economic hardships. So please, I would want you to advise us on what is best for us when maybe somebody doesn't have the opportunity to go to school during the next year. Because some people have economic challenges, whilst others don't. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this question. I wasn't really expecting a question like this, but it has come out. Education is a journey, but education is not what? A race. So if you want to go to university, you have everything that qualifies you to be there. But because of financial challenges, I don't want to use the word hardship, but hardship is relative. Because of financial challenges, you cannot make it that year. She is there. She spoke about it. Scholarships. Okay? The student something, I think is still there. The support from the university. Our time, you needed to get what? 2 guarantees. But this time, you only need what? Your Ghana card. So I don't think we have any excuse. If I get an opportunity, I think I will want to go and marry again and give birth to children. Yes, because free HS is secondary school is free. I won't pay any school fees. When they get to university, the student loan facility is there. I only have to have what? My Ghana card. Okay? But what I skipped over there, when I said move on, is UNE is here. We are ready to accept you. We have programs that are tailored to address the current situation. I'm happy he said that he decided not to do nursing again, because I always ask, why is it that people are rushing to come and do nursing? You become a servant to the doctor. He asks you to go and give injection without you knowing why you are giving the injection. Is that the program you want to do? There are new programs that are evolving. Have you asked yourself that today we say that non-communicable diseases are the leading mortality in Ghana? It's killing us. Can we have a program that can address this? This is what I expect you people to be thinking about. Not for you to focus on the traditional programs. So, my dear, student loan scheme is there. MasterCard Foundation can help you to get what? Scholarships. Okay? If you don't get it this year, next year, try it and you will get it. Come to UNE, and if you have problem, we'll find a way to address it. Thank you.
Thank you. Gentlemen, quickly, your question.
Okay, please. My question is, this question goes to Mr. Saki. The question is like, is there any mistake that he made, any great mistake in the course of his schooling that he wished like nobody should ever repeat it in his or her life? And if there is any mistake, or if there is any such mistake, how did he came out of it?
Kindly repeat your question. Slowly. Take your time.
Please, my question is, this goes to Mr. Saki, that is there any mistake that in the course of his schooling that he made that he wished like nobody should ever repeat it in his or her life in the course of schooling? And if there is any mistake like that, how did he came out of it?
Okay, thank you very much. I hope this is the last question. This is a very good question. Now, the biggest mistake anybody can make in the educational journey is getting to another stage, looking back and feeling like they didn't maximize the opportunities in the first stage. Please, I hope you understand me. So imagine if I had not learned how to do public speaking in Fransman, and I'd gone to the university, and then they said I should do a presentation, and I was fumbling. I would be regretting the fact that I didn't learn public speaking in senior high school. So the biggest mistake anybody can make is failing to take the opportunity in senior high school. Like for instance, what the beautiful things the cultural troupe does. There are many opportunities like that in the university, out of the country. I know somebody who is doing a PhD in music and dance. But when the opportunity is presented to you and you didn't take this seriously, that would be the biggest mistake. I hope you understand me. So every opportunity you have here, please take it. Study hard, press yourselves, whatever club you belong to, work hard in there. Those who are debating, work hard in there. I was debating in university. One of my biggest regrets is that I didn't go for enough debate competitions. Because going for a lot of debate competitions means you meet a lot of people. There are debate competitions all over Africa and all that. So the biggest mistake you can ever make is failure to take opportunity. Take them, maximize them. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sosi. Great. All too soon we've come to the close of our program today, and I shall invite Mr. Samuel Pinkra to give us the closing address, after which we have a fun activity, so please don't leave.
All right. Oh, let's put our hands together for ourselves. I think that we've done a great job. It's been a wonderful session, and I'm really happy that you guys could stay till this long. I think there was one question on university funding. So the reason why Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation is here is to support students who are good but are financially challenged. So beyond the government scholarships, our foundation also solves that problem. So moving on, I think conversations like that would come. But my job here is to thank everyone for sitting through from 1:30 till now. Special mention to all our speakers, to Daddy and Mommy for sitting in, and to all the teachers and students around. This is the first of a lot of things that are going to happen. So thank you, and look forward to a lot of things in the future. Thank you.
Great. Okay. So we shall do a picture-taking segment or session. If you're interested in having a picture, don't worry, we have artifacts for you to do that. The activity I talked about, as loud as you can be, all of us, can we do this together? We are reading what is here. Let's start. Okay. For the last time. Rays of hope, rays of inspiration, rays of potential. Clap for yourselves. And I want us to put our hands together for our speakers. They have very busy schedule, but they have made time to be here. And as well, finally, let's clap for our parents, because they are the parents for the CEO. Okay. Before we do our picture session, please, hopefully, those of us who will be getting married, if you need lights, if you need stage, if you need sound, anything, or SUSEC, SRC, when you're doing your fanfare and your other activities, you need lighting, you need sound, you need stage, please contact the lighting, and then the screen are coming from Glitz Caris Creations. Oh, I thought you were clapping for them. Isn't the setting beautiful? Yes. They made sure we have this beautiful stage as well. They are making sure we are streaming online on Facebook. So when you go to Facebook, please don't take your phone here. When you go home and you take your phones, you can go on Facebook. Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation is on Facebook. Everything that happened here is live or was live on Facebook. As well, if I could talk for you to hear, it is by the able sound engineer, Ogidi Mix. Let's put our hands together for him as well. He made sure I was audible enough, and he added some things to my voice. That's why it's sweet. As well, we want to thank everybody who contributed to this program. In fact, those of us here, let's do it for the last time for ourselves. Clap for yourselves for staying till this far. Thank you. Even in the Bible, Adam was not alone. So today I was not alone. My name is Ben Asari, and like Prof mentioned, UNE is home. UNE is home. All of us, can we say that? UNE is home. So when you finish successfully, please purchase a form, and I would want to see you at the University of Energy and Natural Resources. Also, when you switch on your radio sets, tune in to Greener FM 95.9. I do the morning show. I would want to have an engagement with you. One of my listeners are here. Are you a part of this here? I did this with
Dorothy Zentega.
She did not tell you, but she's an old student. Thank you for having us. Now we shall take the pictures, the speakers first, and if any of us would want to take the pictures with any of our speakers. DJ Pyro, Mayente Wonkai.
So soon we've come to the end of Elevate Summit 2024, and as the founder and executive director of the Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation, I want to use this opportunity to thank God for making today possible, to thank the headmaster of Sunyani Secondary School for giving us this opportunity and venue to make such an impact, to the Vice Chancellor and Dean of University of Energy and Natural Resources. We are so much grateful for honoring our invitation in making an impact in Ghana's high school. And to our MCs, to our guest speakers, to everybody else on the team, we want to say thank you so much for being a part of such a great impact. Dorcas Babette Kofi, Saki Sosi, Kojo Pinkra, Miss Faustina, Mr. Godwin, Mr. Eugene. We are so grateful. K Vibes, everybody else on the team, we want to say thank you so much for making today a reality. And to my parents, I want to say thank you for gracing today and supporting me in such a journey. I am so much grateful that you've nurtured me to become such an inspiration to the youth and to my nation and the world at large. I'm so much grateful that you took time out of all your schedules to support me in making today a special one. To my wonderful students, I can't end this without saying thank you. Thank you for being a participant, and it is my hope that you leave here with the knowledge that you came seeking for. Together, let us break barriers, put yourselves together, cut down the excuses, and let's make this world a better place. Good luck in your exams to the final year students, and I hope that you will apply to be a scholar of the Rosemond Ama Yeboah Foundation when we open the applications. All the best, and thank you all for making today a reality. Thank you.